Hey there, it's Laurie Smith of lauriesmith.com, and I'm doing a series on some of the things that I've been learning from all of you, those who've been participating in my 28-day flow challenges, which are free over the last few years. So if you're interested in learning more about that, you can either check out my website and sign up for our next one, or you can check out my video, one of my first videos, What is the 28-Day Flow Challenge? Um, so in the last video, I shared one of the biggest blocks to flow that you guys have been sharing with me. But today, I want to share one of the biggest triggers. Trigger being something that tends to help us to get into a flow state. And this is also true as far as helping our overall lives to flow. And that is safety. When we feel safe, we let our guard down, and only when we feel safe it's as if there's something inside of us that, to protect us, won't let us slip into flow if we think that we're mortally in danger. Now, that said, also extreme life-threatening experiences, and I have one on my website that I had personally, can also be a flow trigger. So it works two different ways. But basically, as human beings and as animals, we are designed to survive. And so if we feel safe and we know that for the moment we are okay, we're good, we're more apt to let our guard down, become more immersed in an activity that we're doing, so we're not being hyper vigilant and looking, what do people think of me, who's around, what's going on, but we're able to just let ourselves drop into that beautiful focus where we're fully engaged in what we're doing, and that is what leads to flow. Or on the flip side of that, if we're having an experience like a surfer surfing a huge wave, or someone comes at us to attack us, or then we might flip into flow in a way to because there's a hyper focus that comes also when we're in it and we're in fight or flight, or we're in a panic experience, and our brain knows that in order to survive, we have to be at our absolute best. And that's often the trauma or a shock experience, which also can block everything else out except what we're experiencing. And we might have an experience of time going a lot more slowly, or hearing an intuitive voice and knowing exactly what to do. So those are sort of the two different things that can happen. One is almost like flow by choice and flow by default. But overall, in the context that we've been doing these flow challenges where we've been choosing a joyful activity, safety comes up again and again. And by that I mean even it could be distraction, where we might experience it as distraction where our family's around, or we keep getting interrupted by our phone, or so it has to do with boundaries, sort of creating a safe container, a safe space in which it's okay to be imperfect, it's okay to experiment, it's okay to try different things. We don't have to have it all figured out, because when we're in that state where we're really allowed and feel safe to be authentic, which means imperfect, which means curious, which means exploratory, that creates a great energy and a great state for flow. So my challenge for you this week, if any of this resonates with you, and it might not, but if it does, just maybe experiment with what boundaries might be helpful for you in your life. What fine little adjustments might you be able to do either as you're doing your flow activity. I know some of you use headphones when you're painting, or many people have been doing this with me for years and years, have created separate rooms in which to do their activities. But sometimes it's just a minor little adjustment. And you'll know what it is because, You always know what's best for you more than anyone else. So this week, just pay attention to what would make you feel a little bit more safe in your life overall, in your relationships, and in your activities, and what's something that you can do. Not what other people or requests you have of other people, but what's a way you can help your own physiology to dial down your heart rate, to get a little bit calmer and create that kind of just pillow around you so that you feel safe to explore flow, maybe on an even deeper level in your life. So that's it, and I will see you next week with another thing that I've been learning from you. Thanks so much.